Greetings to all. My name is Abhidhar Joshi, and I'm going to present a presentation of associative array, which is a part of data structure. So let's get started. So what exactly is a data structure? We could say that in computer science, it is a particular way of organizing data in a computer so that it could be used or retrieved effectively. There are various kind of data structures which are suitable to various kind of applications and various kinds of scenarios, and some are very specifically specialized for specific tasks. So for example, uh, we have relational databases commonly use B trees indexes for the retrieval of the data, while other examples could be compiler implementations which use hash tables to look up various identifiers. So this is a brief introduction about what a data structure is, what are its uses, and some very brief examples to very specific scenarios. Moving on, uh, we come to the associative array. So what exactly is an associative array? So we could consider it as a map, an array, a symbol table, or a dictionary, mm, in which the data type is composed of collection of key value pairs. So there are pairs in which we have key and we have value associated to that specific key, such that each possible key appears at most once in the collection. So every key has to appear at least once in that specific collection, and every key has a value corresponding to it. There are various kind of operations which this data type, which is this associative array, allow. So they are the addition of a pair to the collection and removal of the pair from the collection, the modification of an existing pair in that very specific collection, and to look up a value of the associated with a particular key so that we can find the value which is associated with that specific key in that array. Moving on to the next slide, we have various operations which could be performed on the associative array. So in the associative array, the association between a key and a value is often known as the binding. So the key and value are basically binded. The same word binding may also be used to refer to the process of creating a new association. So like a key and its value could be termed as binded, or the process is known as binding as far as the associative array is concerned. There are four basic operations that are usually defined in any kind of associative array. The first is adding or inserting. So in this operation we add a new key value pair to the collection. So basically we bind a new key to its new value. The arguments to these operations are the key and its very specific value. So we have value associated to its specific key. The second operation could be reassign. So as the name suggests, it can replace the value of one of the key or the value pair that are already in the collection, binding an old key to a new value. For example, as with an insertion, the argument to this operation are the key and the value. The third operation is to remove or delete. It's fairly obvious as the name suggests. It basically removes a key value pair or a pair from the collection, unbinding a given key from its value. The argument to this operation is key. So there's only one argument, unlike the first two, and this argument is the key, and it removes or deletes or unbinds a given key from its value. The fourth one is the lookup. So it basically finds the value, if there's any value, that is bound to a given key. The argument to this operation is the key, and the value is written from the operation. So we pass on the key to which we find the value which is associated to that key, and in return we get the value. And if there is no value found, some associative array implementations raise an exception that there is no value which is currently assigned to this kind of. So moving on to implementation of the associative arrays. So associative arrays can be implemented in any programming language as a package, or many language system provides them as a part of a standard library. So they're pretty useful. In other languages, they're only built into a standard system but have special syntax, often using an array like subscripting. Moving on, we'll talk about the permanent storage. So most programs using an associative